Hi, my name is Ada. Welcome back to my channel. In the last video, I have discussed my story of life in clothes and body changes. And I have also mentioned that I decided to be much more discerning when it comes to taking hand-me-downs, especially in larger amounts. But with that being said, I will show you today the treasure trove that I have recently received. It does sound hypocritical, I understand that, but there's a little bit more nuance here, so let's discuss that. My husband's grandma passed away earlier this year, and I can't say that I knew her very well. When I met her, she was already in her 90s and with quite severe dementia. And she was living in the care facility, and we occasionally visited, but the visits were quite short. The only thing I can say about her is that she was always nice and kind, and from what I hear from her family, she was always a very caring person and a valued member of her community. For decades, Danish style has been very popular and well discussed, both in interior design as well as clothing. But what did this Dane wear? She lived in Denmark her whole life. I know she was sewing also her own clothes, but we know whenever I've seen her, she was wearing just comfortable clothes. And I did not really, pay attention to her clothes, and so I did not really think of looking at her clothes when we were, clearing out her apartment. So after she passed away, we collected all her things, and some things were kept by her children and grandchildren. There was some cross-stitch pictures. There was, I think, a tea set. Beautiful furniture, many treasured pieces that were, a big part of her life for decades. No one wanted the clothes. I thought my husband's mother would want them, but she was not interested in that, and they were not as valuable to her. But she did keep other items that were holding much more memories for her. So these clothes were just sitting in these 4 giant plastic bags, clear plastic bags, just waiting to be donated. I was not going to take anything. I did not need any more clothes, and I did not want to take a large amount. And again, it was 4 giant bags, and I did not want to kind of tackle that. But this was indeed a unique situation. I can, of course, always go thrifting. I can always go get secondhand clothes. But this is the opportunity to look through an entire wardrobe of great-grandma of my children. To put that kind of more into perspective here. Through the clear plastic, I saw some green and pink. It appeared that she liked green and pink as much as I do. So I decided to look through that stuff. So this was in Denmark, and I did not want to take all these clothes back to Norway if they were not gonna fit me. So I decided to just go through and do a first kind of sift through and see if there's anything anyway that is possible for me to wear. Does it fit me? Is there anything I can keep here? And and in that first pass, a lot of things I could reject immediately. I'm quite tall, and she was a more of a petite lady, so none of the pants fit me. They were too small, too short. So that was a very quick decision there. The other items, if it was completely not interesting to me, I did not even try on. But the rest of the things that were, kind of in the colors I like, and looked like size that would fit me, I tried them on. And I have taken only things that kind of fit me. I think there's still some things that could be weeded out from here, but we can look at that. But I did not want to, bring things that are obviously not for me. So I brought these things home, I washed them, some of them needed extra care, and I kind of brought them back to life. And even if I don't end up keeping these things that I have saved, you know, I'm happy that they don't end up immediately in the trash, where, you know, I think some people would have thrown them away because they were stained, and like the thrift shops would not like take that, right? So that makes me also feel a little better here. So with that all said, let's look at some of the things that that I brought back. So that is quite a pile. Okay, so there's quite some clothes here. I'm not gonna try them all of them on again, or like I will try them on, but I don't think I'll show you everything here. For example, what a funky dress, right? So when I showed this to my mother-in-law, she said like, oh, what a great summer dress. And I don't know, doesn't it just remind you immediately of like the 90s like squiggle patterns? So even though it's probably a dress, I think I will just use it as a pajamas, because I know that it fits me, but like it is not something I would wear out. But it mainly has to do with like the thickness of the dress and the fit. Oh, here's an interesting piece. This I am not sure about, because it is, so it's a vest. It's a little small. I don't think I can. Well, I could wear it with when it's buttoned up. Not sure if I want that, or if I just kind of want to wear it as like this. But it is hand knit. As a knitter, like I'm not so interested in wearing other people's hand knits. And I see some mistakes that I don't know, you know, don't make this look as polished. So I will kind of see how that one goes. If it does not get used, it will probably either be donated or maybe upcycled. But an interesting thing to know here is that my mother-in-law was quite upset because the care home has shrunk it a little, or felted it, and she was extremely upset about that. And I do agree, it was, maybe still is a little felted in some areas, because it was knitted with different yarns, so they might react differently. But I actually soaked it and kind of blocked it out again, and I think it went back to its shape. So again, happy to save a piece, even though it's been maybe it won't be my style, not sure. Like the colors are really nice. So I think I might give it a go. But again, I don't really want to stretch it over my belly. So I think I'll just wear it as like a open vest. Something to think about. Like now it's almost perfect, but it was completely like soiled, I think all the way up to here. I guess something spilled and it was just sitting in some kind of dirty water for a long time. There are still some stains. I will probably try and get it out again. But the point is, why I decided to save it is just look at these colors. This is my kind of color palette. Of course, maybe not wear it with these pants, but you can basically, what you can see is that these are my colors, true and tested, and it does fit me well. And I think I'll I see it's a little bit ripped here. I'll have to see what I do about that. But basically, I'll definitely keep it and wear it until it falls apart. But what I really want to show you is a vest that she has made. So before I put it on, let me show you. First of all, colors are absolutely stunning. The construction is perfect, and it's completely lined on the inside. There's like, if you really wanted to, maybe not, like maybe if you would either put other buttons on the inside or kind of cover that up a little bit, you could even wear it in reverse if you really wanted to, but basically it's just, and the pocket is completely lined. So she has made this vest herself, and it's absolutely stunning. Oh, how funky it looks with these shorts, right? So there's a little bit of a fit issue. It's kind of standing out here like this at this point, and so I would not like wear it as a top, right? This is not like, yeah, it's not ideal. I could try to tuck it down with a safety pin if I'm really needing a better fit here, but I think if you wear kind of like a loose blouse under it, I think it will look, it will not stand out. Even if I end up not really wearing it, I will keep it, like for my kids and I don't know, like not for my kids, but as like a memory thing. I have a few things from my mom, for example, that like, I will not ever fit into these clothes, but she will not fit into these clothes, but like those pieces like are quite important to us. So I think this one, like, I would never get rid of. But again, it might not have to live in my wardrobe, but I will not be getting rid of it. This is a similar kind of piece. So it had a little more potential, but I know it's just too tight on me. So I might pass it along to my sister, for example, because I don't know, like, I don't think that's what Grandma intended, right? Like, it's not, yeah. But what I am trying to say here is that, again, this is a handmade piece, so it's not as detailed, it's not lined, but it is very well made. Even at the bottom it has like this kind of tape to kind of make it make the hem straight and not curl and kind of heavier. So she did really great job. And then on the armholes, it's I guess that's a French seam, so completely encased. So again, I would be reluctant to completely get rid of it, but maybe someone will use it better than me. There's a couple berets. I don't know how I feel about it. Technically very cute. I'm not a beret girl, but I decided to try it maybe when the fall rolls back around. Maybe I will be a beret girl. This will be perfect for Christmas. But with that said, let's move on to a couple things that I don't think will be staying. Okay, so this is a set. And I've been recently, as everybody, kind of really interested in in two-piece sets. Something to say here is that I think the skirt has been worn more because it has faded just a tad more than the shirt. And initially I didn't mind that, and I still don't mind that. But the more I wear it now, I realize it is like a size too small. Like I technically fit in it, but it's stretching over here more than it should. Like I should not be feeling that line over here. And then it fits me. It fits me. I don't think it would fit me at the end of the day, to be honest, because I know myself. So it fits me. But just because it fits me does not mean it fits me, if you know what I mean. Like it goes over my belly, yes, but it has it's straight over here, so it like goes tight around my belly and then it flares out, and I just don't think that it gives me the best shape. Like you know, it's tight over where I'm the most kind of, let's call it insecure, but like I don't think it sits very well on me. So also it's not elastic, and if we have learned anything from my previous video is that I can't really have clothes that are very close fitting. Either the fabric has to have stretch or it has to have elasticated waist. There is no way I can trust myself having a piece that's just that's how it is. Like it will not fit me throughout the day. And with that in mind, unfortunately, I think I have to say goodbye to this dress, this skirt. It's a polyester wool blend, so it had some potential, and the color is just stunning, isn't it? And the length is, I think, really flattering on me. But I am sucking in my tummy. If I release my tummy, it kind of looks like this. So I would like to wear it with like some kind of cropped kind of situation. You know, of course not like this, but like a, you know, to make to not hide that skirt. And it is, I don't know, it's showing all my lines. Of course, that could probably be mitigated a little bit with shorts. Let's see. Recently purchased this kind of like, you know, shapewear, whatever, biker shorts, so that I can be a little bit more comfortable in the skirts and dresses in the summer and not have my thighs right against each other. Let's see if it will make a difference. Makes a little bit of a, does it make a difference? Oh, there's still lines. Well, the thing is that it's still, I mean, it's cutting in this much. You know, I just don't think this would fit me throughout the day. That's all I'm saying. You know, just from walking around, it's bunching up here. So I think I will keep it for a little bit, but I don't have too high hopes for it. So this is also hand sewn, and in principle, you know, it's just a tiny bit too tight. I think I might keep it like the other one, but like I don't think I will be putting it in my wardrobe directly. Whew. That looks right now a little baggy. It actually is this tiny little bit too small because I think the arms, the sleeves could be a tiny bit longer. So this has been hand sewn, or you know, made by grandma of my husband, and it is, you know, it's a shirt dress. It looks a little bit, you know, I don't know, like a nightgowny, but it can look pretty cool if you add a belt. Just has a little bit like I don't know, relaxed look. The only thing it's missing is pockets. Grandma, what have you been doing? Not sewing in pockets, but I think it looks pretty cool. And again, it leaves me room to change over the day, get bloated, get not bloated, and it will still fit. So I think this is like a good lesson here, is that maybe things that are just a tiny bit too tight now, maybe they just don't belong here. Okay, but then I'm gonna try to style a couple of these clothes, maybe some things that you have not seen yet, and I'll get back to you. So this is a skirt that is kind of my favorite, and I think wearing that kind of puts the other skirt into perspective. That, like, I think that fitted over the belly is just not my thing. The skirt is mine, and the top is from the grandma, and this top, I think, well, I'm pretty sure it's polyester, but it is nicely made and finished over here, and the shape actually looks like quite nice on my bust. I will show you in a second how it looks untucked, but like I don't mind it being a little bit like kind of loose here and then tucked in, but just look at the color. Like, and I saw that when I saw this top, I was just like, wow, okay, well, everybody stop, this is mine now. And I think it looks really nice with this green and pink. I can still wear that, I think. Of course, it loses it does not show the waist as well. But I think it still can be a fun, more relaxed look. Also could be a belt added to this. Not really sure if I would do that, but kind of like this dropped waist makes me kind of think a little bit like 1920s kind of waistline. But again, this is more like nice and relaxed, chilled, night out or whatever. Okay, so the skirt is mine. Goes a little bit against of what I said about being a little tighter, tighter here, but it does have stretch, so I think it looks pretty good. And this blouse is, I'm sure it's polyester, so let's see how it wears. But look at the funky color, as in, well, not funky, but very interesting lines. It does have shoulder pads, but not in a way that's like super standing out. And I quite like it. I think you can button up one more. I like kind of more V-neck style, women's shirts. Like, they don't need to have buttons, although, it looks fine. You can always not button it up, but it always looks differently and kind of flares out differently. And this one creates these very funny lines here. So I think that's quite interesting. But let's go a step further here. The vest. So the greens are a little bit different. Like, I think on the camera this shows a little more as deep green, but here, I don't know, I would call it more forest green in real life. So let's see. So first of all, this vest creates really nice lines here. I mean, we don't really do those things much anymore, do we? Of course, the vest had its comeback, but still, to have these kind of tails is not as common these days. But then it kind of cuts almost all the way to the waist, so it has really, like, it really works well together lengthwise. So of course here it's a bit longer, but it's on the sides it comes off to the same side, so it does not look awkward. So now you can see kind of, yes, it's of course it's different greens. This is more olive, this is more kind of forest green, but I don't think it clashes necessarily. I think because it's so colorful, like, it has some parts that kind of would match that in a not super obvious way, so you can still see it's like a separate shirt. Whether you like those colors or not, that's kind of debatable, but I think it works fun together. And here is what I said before about the fit, is that once you have a shirt, you will not really, this will not really stand out. Like, of course, like, it's not perfect, it's not a perfect fit. So once you have the blouse on, especially with these flowy sleeves that come down all the way to where the vest armhole is, it looks much more, I don't know, much more natural. So like, yeah, I don't know, it kind of stands weird here. Maybe it's just the way I'm standing and holding the mic, but it does not like stand out to you, right? So I would not wear it on its own, I guess. It's more of a layering piece. And also I think that because the skirt is it's a little short, it's not a mini by any means. It's like whatever, 4 fingers over the knee, but it is on the shorter side for what I have, and I think it's a nice kind of juxtaposition of like shirt and vest here, but like not a super long suit skirt at the bottom. I think from all these things, I think this is my favorite. This is my favorite. I think these colors work very nicely. But so compared, this maybe looks a little bland. Like it. So let's talk about the skirt. I'm pretty sure that's polyester. It's a little stretchy, but what's nice is that it's also lined. Okay, so even though it is this kind of like stretchy, silky feeling polyester, it has this lining underneath and this mesh, so it does not cling. It does not cling to me. So it when I first looked at it, I was not really sure about the colors, because I don't know, like, I mean, look at this print. I don't know, like, it's kind of snake skin looking, roses, and I don't know what, but it's so busy that it does not really, like, from afar it just kind of looks like a blend of these colors. And it has a little yellow, it has a little purple, yeah. And so I did not know, like, I was like, I don't have this kind of purple here. I probably do, by the way, but I don't know, I was a bit stuck. So I found this beige top, like, so the front is some kind of like silky polyester as well. The back is maybe a bit more cotton. I should wear a different bra with that. And this, I also, by the way, this one I got from like from a lady. I was selling kids clothes, selling my kids old clothes at like a local market, and she was selling some of her own clothes. And at the end of the night, things that she didn't sell, she was like, oh, just take whatever, I need to get rid of things. And I've picked this top and a couple other things, which was also amazing. But of course, in the wash it got a little like snagged a couple times, but it happens. But when I took clothes from her, so she was, I don't know, she was in her 60s, I'm assuming. I really did understand that I think I need to stop looking at what the kids are wearing and start looking at what the ladies are wearing, because of my size and shape and just general practicalities. Yeah, I'm not 15, like, let's just be cool with that. But anyway, point is that I think this top, like, I did not want any other busy top over it, but I think this top is in a similar kind of tone. Like, from far away it does look, cohesive. It's not like super standing out. I just did not know how to style this skirt, but I think I found it. You could just pull it out and kind of be more, again, more relaxed. Depends on the vibe. Important for this skirt is it's elastic, it has lining, and I think it has potential. Like, again, this was not like my hero piece from this pile, but I think this will work out. I think this one is like actually not a bad idea. Again, this has been handmade with pockets, and it's a skirt. This is just gray, so you can style it however, but it's, again, not elastic at all. So it has I think now if I wear this, it kind of fits. Let's have a look. How it sits quite high on my waist, but again, it's already cutting into my belly. And I can assure you, as the day progresses, it will slide as such. And that is starting to look a little bit more maternity clothing style. So I think again, if I was a couple kilo less, I think it would fit okay. but I'm not. So like maybe it would have fit me even last summer, probably would have. So I think for the clothes that fit me almost, I think I will keep them for a little bit and give them and myself a chance. Oh, but there's no way I am stuffing myself into this now. Poof, that was tiring. And it's also gonna be fun to edit. My hair is like completely by this point. But I'm so glad I did that. I think it gives me a little bit of an idea of which things will actually fit me or not. And well, the jury's still out on the polyester because I think that might be a limiting factor for a lot of these pieces. Like I'm open, like I don't want to go out and buy new polyester clothes, but if I don't have to. But they're already here. So I will try those out, but I know how I am with sweating and so like some of like now it's summer, so anyway, like a lot of these things that would be maybe too warm to wear. I can feel it when I'm sweating and don't particularly like it. So I think I'll just have to see, or can keep some of these things but just like not wear them when it's potential for running for a subway or stuff like this. Really grateful for these clothes, and like I hope that my husband's family also appreciates that I like them. These clothes, because I did not know her so well, they do not have as of emotional weight as some other hand-me-downs that I've had over the years. They do not hold memories for me, but I do appreciate them so greatly, especially the handmade pieces. Absolutely exquisite. But this brings me to the question that I have posed in the title of this video. It's like, what is timeless? And I think I have a little bit of the answer. So looking at these outfits, how I'm wearing them and thinking about how she was wearing them, I have no idea how she wore most of these clothes, right? Whenever I see the word timeless online, it's usually used in the context of like a step-by-step guide to buy your way into like this most basic capsule wardrobe that just had a chokehold on us since like 2017, and I think we're all sick of it. It's like, everybody needs exactly the white button-up shirt and blazer and jeans and black pants and whatever, and like a beige sweater. Like we don't like. I think we've moved on from that, right? Looking at these clothes, I'm just thinking that what makes clothes timeless is that they can be worn over decades. They can be worn over generations. It all depends on how you want to wear it, style it, make it your own. But there is no recipe how to do things. And we would all like have wardrobe that just fits on a one sheet of paper, like these outfits, and they all match with each other. And like it's not as simple as that. Not all items will be able to be worn with other items because of the fabric or because of the waistlines. Like it's just not like this, and our bodies are not like this that you can just like switch between and everything fits with everything, because it just doesn't. And just coming back to the white button-up shirt, I have also discussed it in the previous video that I had tons of white shirts, because when I went to boarding school, that's what I wore every day, and it was very necessary to have 10 of them, because I wore them every day, and just got tons of use out of it. And like as I was growing out of them, I still kept the ones that fit me, because like you could always use a button up, you could always use a white button up shirt, a white button up shirt. It's like perfect. It's classic. It goes with everything, except it did not go with me. It did not go with me, and like I do not have right now a single white button-up shirt. Not even, and especially not the, you know, crisp white button-up shirt. No, it just does not exist in my wardrobe. What I do have is a couple button-ups that are very flowy and soft. And now I can also add this funky funky piece. And yeah, no, I'm not a lawyer, you know, I don't need to wear a suit. I can wear a button-up shirt, but it will reflect what I am like, and not what there's some style guide that said is timeless, right? So if this has been worn for a couple decades by an elderly lady, and now it's gonna be worn by me until this piece frankly falls apart, isn't that timeless? I did not mean to get this riled up about the shirt, but I guess I need a little break now. So thank you so much for sticking till the end. It is very lovely to see you here. And I'm really grateful for these clothes, and I think some of them will incorporate really well into my wardrobe. So yeah, like Macklemore said, I look great in your grandpa's clothes. Yeah, that's me now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.